Hey, the kids are back. Nice to see you. Boy, what a treatise to deliver today in 6 minutes to do it with a kitten on my lap. Do you think I can do it? Absolutely. Um, Yesterday, we looked at the tremendous line in scripture from the 46th Psalm that said, "Be still and know that I am God." And I don't think there could be a more tremendous, more provocative, more revolutionary, more paradoxical, more confusing line in all of the whole universe, because of what it suggests, that in stillness we know something. And obviously yesterday we talked about in the lack of stillness we won't know that, and we'll know something else instead. And the psalm, the 46th Psalm, I mentioned it yesterday, but the conditions of heart and mind that occur when um, we're turbulent inside of our soul. It talks about the earth moving and the waters flooding and the mountains raging and these are all, of course, ancient Eastern poetic descriptions of what happens in the soul of men and women throughout all time and space who are turbulent in their soul and who can't get still, and they can't remember that they're God, so to speak. So today, I did want to read one very encouraging line from the same psalm. And I presume you're cool with me reading from various scriptures, and that if you're hanging with me this long, that you're down with that, because I think it's just universal wisdom compressed into beautiful language. But how about this line, kids? It says, "He maketh the wars to cease unto the end of the earth. He breaketh the bow," or the bow, "and cutteth the spear in sunder. He burneth the chariot in the fire." What does that mean? What does it mean when the bow is broken, the spear is sundered, the wars are ceasing, and the chariot is burned in the fire? Well, it means the deepest problems inside of us are cleared up once and for all. It means even the deepest things that exist far down in our subconscious mind, the decisions, the mistakes, the errors, the ignorance that we contracted, perhaps even before we came into this life, but certainly within this life, are in effect forgiven. Now, I want to be explicit when I use the word forgiven, and I define the word forgiven. I'm trying to move away from the religious sense of that word, although it's perfectly fine. But by forgiven, I mean we are healed of things that we cannot heal ourselves. We are healed from things we cannot heal ourselves. That is forgiveness. And it's generally because it exists in levels of our subconscious and unconscious that are completely inaccessible to us. We know quite well, psychology has taught us that we are not transparent to ourselves, and our waking state of consciousness might be, 2, 3, 5% of our overall consciousness, and how deeply our subconscious affects us, right? So in this psalm, it talks about by getting still, that these deep weapons inside of us that have been weaponized against us are broken. They are removed once and for all. We're forgiven. We are healed of what we cannot heal ourselves. Wow. Oh man, I just got whacked with giraffe leg in the face as kitten went by. And I'm delivering a sermon at the same time. So, in conclusion, by getting still and remembering that we're God, the only thing that happens is you're relieved of the deepest wounds, hurts, and traumas that perhaps have been discoloring our whole life. Now, if you happen to be on this call and you're completely cleansed to the very core of your soul, then great. Thank you for joining, and your vibe is so appreciated. But if you feel like there's destiny to be realized, and that there are things inside of us that we know are blocking us off from the full experience and expression of the God power inside of us, then by getting still, we can remember that in the 46th Psalm, it said that the deepest weapons inside of us being used and weaponized against us shall be cleared away for once and forever, and we shall be forgiven in the deepest sense of the word, in my humble opinion, which means to be healed from that which we could never heal on our own. Oh, Wowee. I'm going to heal my eye from being swacked by cat toy. I love y'all, and we'll see you all on the morrow.